I'm Dawn Beckett. I'm the Motor Neurone Disease Specialist Practitioner who works partly for the RUH and partly for Dorothy House. And I'm an occupational therapist by background. No day is the same, as no patient is the same. So I may be in clinic with the neurologist on one day working with the patients. I may be in a patient's home, either at the start of their journey or towards the end. I may be here at Dorothy House on the inpatient unit, just giving a handover, or come and see other clinicians or professionals that work alongside our patients. So motor neurone disease is a progressive neurological condition. There's no treatment and no cure, sadly. It is a muscle wasting disease, and it normally affects 1 in 300 of the population. There are 4 different types. So motor neurone disease is an umbrella term. And even if you have 85% of the population with motor neurone disease have a form called ALS, each person's journey is very, very different. Probably back in 2008, my very first patient as an occupational therapist in the community was a lady with motor neurone disease. And I guess I was struck firstly by her bravery in dealing with the condition, but also at the pace that it progressed, and knowing that as clinicians we had to be 2 steps ahead, but knowing that the patient wasn't necessarily there. So it was the balancing act. And I also have a personal connection, as I have a friend with motor neurone disease. So hopefully I can empathise and see from both sides. The most common form is ALS, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. They would probably have a start what we call limb onset. So it could be weakness in one hand, one arm, a dropped foot. It could be one side of the body, and then it tends to move. So it could be then both legs or both arms, then the torso. Quite often it affects then the speech and swallow, but ultimately the respiratory system. And the majority of people die from respiratory failure within motor neurone disease. So we generally look from date of onset of the symptoms, not from diagnosis. For someone with ALS, it could be anywhere between 3 to 5 years. But somebody perhaps who has progressive bulbar palsy, which affects more the speech and swallow, it is a shorter lifespan, from about 18 months to 3 years. Being in a space that's safe, it's calm and tranquil, but it's also they have the professionals around, the clinicians around who can support them. They get to know the patients like Andrea, their likes, their dislikes. They don't just want to know about the disease. They're not just a number. Every person is really special to them, and they try and make the time that they have here important, make them feel important and cared for and calm, and it takes them away from the day-to-day reality of motor neurone disease. I think it is one, the pace. Hospital's very busy, very noisy. The numbers, the staff ratios are a lot higher, so you don't necessarily get that attention and care that you would here. That's the one side of things. I think also here it's very holistic. We have all the services under one roof. So if you need an OT, if you need a physio, social work, if you need some therapy as in psychological support, it's here and it's available. There's spiritual support. It's just a lovely place to be that's calming and, like I say, transports that patient out of the normal routine. If the trajectory of the disease is rapid, they can probably just take a step back by being here. It's a wonderful surrounding and place to be.